Back again up in the
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be out right at the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the Steelers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Now this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
Taylor on 3rd down, throws incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
He's going to let it go again. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games. Got to stay healthy.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And bulldozing his way through. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Taylor's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Inside the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
He's to the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you make
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Interested to see what they dial up here. Third and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. From the gun, it's Taylor. Flush to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyrod Taylor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Taylor will throw. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Brevin Jordan. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
After the interception, here's Taylor. That's swung out wide to Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit... And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Taken in at the 22. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Play action, it's Taylor. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's on.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. Touchdown! Chase Claypool as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Taylor now going to look to run. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Second and 2. Flushed out right. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Second and 4. He will find his man Chase complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On the give, this is Harris. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play action with Taylor. He'll buy some time right. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Taylor. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Flush to his right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD? Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Taylor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Oh, Taylor going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see them drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter.
I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's your rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, but they said no, be not. The mind to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take a sin. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt or injure mine. He have your woman, and that's by dinner time. I keep my eyes on glory till the devil get behind. Now bear in mind the devil made me offers.